Question 1.
What time will they leave home?
Paul, when do you want to go? It's 7:30 already.
Be ready at 10 to 8. We should leave then.
You booked the table for 8:15, didn't you?
Yes, and we mustn't be late.
Question 2.
Where's the girl's pen?
Where's my blue pen? I'm sure I put it in my bag.
Oh, sorry. I used it to do my homework, and I left it on the table in the kitchen.
I can't see it.
Oh, I know. It's by the phone. I used it again to take a message and forgot to put it back in your bag. I'll get it for you.
Question 3.
Who's going to visit the woman?
My sister's son is coming to stay with me tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice. I met him a long time ago, when he was 10 years old, didn't I?
Well, he's a father now, you know. But he's not bringing the baby with him.
Oh, what a pity.
Question 4.
What does the girl want to be?
I like your hair, Sally. Did you do it by yourself? You should become a hairdresser, you know.
Thanks, Aunt Grace. Mum says I should be a doctor or a dentist, but I'd love to take photos for magazines.
Well, you'll decide when you're older.
Question 5.
How many books does the boy want to borrow now?
Can I borrow these 3 books, please?
Let me see. You have already borrowed 6 books, and you can't borrow more than 8.
That's okay. I have 2 books to return as well.
OK. Please return those books first before you borrow any more.
Question 6.
Where will the friends meet?
Hi, it's Maria. Got your message? Yeah, I'd like to go to the movies. There's a film called Light World 2, or a comedy. Don't mind which. Shall we meet outside the cinema?
Or, I know, at the coffee bar on the corner. We could have a snack before we go in. We could meet at the bus stop.
Mum's driving me into town this afternoon to buy some trainers, so I won't have to get the bus. But something to eat first is a good idea. Shall we say 6 o'clock?
OK.
Question 7.
What has the girl forgotten to bring?
Drink up your coffee. We'll be late for class. What are you looking for now? Don't tell me you've left your essay at home. You said you were working on it till midnight.
Don't worry, it was the first thing I put in my bag. Look, here it is. I won't be a second, just checking everything. Pen. Now, where did I... Oh, dear. You'll be able to lend me one, won't you? Keys. Oh, here they are, in my pockets, as usual.
Question 8.
Which TV programme is on at 9 o'clock tonight?
Because of the ski jumping finals, we're late finishing, so there are some changes to this evening's programmes. We won't now show the nature programme about the dolphins found near the Florida coast at 9 o'clock. Instead, Tim Wong's Chinese Kitchen will be at this time, an hour later than advertised. You can see the nature programme at its usual time next week.
That is the end of Part 1.
Part 2. Questions 9 to 20. In this part, you will hear 3 conversations. There are 4 questions for each conversation. For each question, choose the correct answer A, B, C or D. You will hear the conversations only once. Questions 9 to 12.
You will hear a conversation between a girl, Mary, and her father about computers.
Mary, could you come and help me for a moment, please?
OK, Dad. Just coming. What's the matter?
It's the computer, Mary. Every time I turn it on, there seems to be another problem.
Let's see. Looks OK to me, Dad. I'll just start the program. Yes, there you are. Nothing wrong.
Thanks, Mary. I really don't know how I'd use this machine at all without your help. You're so quick at everything.
Well, Dad, I've been able to use a computer since I was 4, so of course it's not difficult. It's easy to learn things when you're a child. It's like learning to ride a bike. Once you can do it, you never forget.
True. I've tried reading the instructions for the computer. They seem very confusing. You can probably understand them, but I certainly can't.
I don't find them easy to follow either. What they say is really unclear. The best way is to just sit down and use it.
That's my difficulty, I think. There just weren't any computers when I was young, so I haven't learned to use one properly. It's too late to learn now.
Don't be silly, Dad. There are lots of people of your age in computer classes.
Do you really think so?
Yes, really.
Right. I'll try and find a class in the evenings, or perhaps a weekend course. Could you help me finish this piece of work, though?
Of course. You know, talking about this has given me an idea for a special report I've got to do as part of my social studies class. I could find out when they started teaching computer skills in schools. I could start with England and then compare what happened here with what happened in other countries. What do you think?
Sounds interesting.
Questions 13 to 16.
You will hear an interview with a woman called Lucy Rainbow, who is talking about her job as a painter.
Today we have with us in the studio Lucy Rainbow, who earns her living as a painter. Good morning, Lucy. Can you tell us about your job?
Well, I don't paint pretty pictures you can hang on your walls at home. Mainly, I work in the theatre, painting the background scenery for plays. I've also done a couple of CD covers. Oh, that was great, because I got to meet my favourite pop stars.
So how did all this start?
Well, I always intended to become a proper artist, but I couldn't sell any of my paintings. And anyway, I got bored working alone. I was offered a job in an advertising agency, but the idea of working in the theatre attracted me more. I get the chance to paint something different every day. I get paid reasonably well, and I work with a team of wonderful people.
So you enjoy your work, but doesn't it have any disadvantages?
Mostly, I love it. The only thing that causes me stress is that often I have too many things to do at the same time, while at other times I have nothing to do. It's difficult to organise my time, but I always make sure I stop for lunch.
How many hours do you work on an average day?
There's no such thing as an average day. But generally, I start work at 8 in the morning and go through until 7. That makes it an 11-hour day, which is much longer than the 8 hours that most people work.
Is your journey to work difficult?
Not really. My dream job would be one where I could walk to work, but that hasn't happened yet. I could drive to the theatre, but that makes me tired. And I get a lot of my best ideas when I'm on my way to work, on the bus or train.
Do you have time for any hobbies?
Not as much as I'd like. I used to play a lot of tennis until I hurt my ankle. And I was a regular visitor to an art gallery near my home until it closed down. In the little spare time I have, I'm doing a course in computer graphics. I hope what I learn will help me in my job.
Well, thank you, Lucy. It's been interesting talking to you.
Questions 17 to 20.
You will hear a radio interview with a man called Robin Marshall, who has written a book about Argentina.
Today I'm with Robin Marshall, who has just written a book about travelling in Argentina. Robin, tell us about yourself.
Well, I've travelled to South America a lot for my work, and I know Argentina well now. So well that I could be a tour guide if I wanted. I speak fluent Spanish, so I don't need anyone to translate for me. My job involves travelling around selling products for my company. I meet a lot of people doing that, and I wanted to share those experiences with others, so I decided to try writing.
So, tell us about your last visit to Argentina. What was the weather like?
Well, it was winter there, so mornings were cold, but I'd expected that. Every day they said on the radio that it would be sunny later, and sure enough it was. I wanted to go sightseeing, and the weather was perfect for that.
And where did you go when you went sightseeing?
Well, I went to a wonderful market that sold everything from modern art to old records of traditional music, which I collect. I came home with a beautiful painting of the area. I also saw a wonderful antique chair, but unfortunately it was too big to bring back.
Now, Argentina is famous for its dancing. Did you see any performances during your trip?
I did, yes. It reminded me of when I used to attend dance classes. I enjoyed them, although I was never very good. I'm sure my teacher was pleased when I said I wasn't going to continue. But these dancers made it look so easy that at that moment I felt like joining in and dancing with them.
Sounds wonderful. And what else did you do?
Well, I went to a small village on the coast. I took the bus there and got a room in a small hotel. The hotel owner was very friendly. He took me down the river in his boat. It was very beautiful. You could see the forest in the distance.
Do you have a favourite place in Argentina?
Definitely. It's a mountain near Buenos Aires. It's famous for its spectacular scenery. But when I went there, it was very misty and the sun was just rising. You couldn't see much. There were no birds or animals about. It was totally quiet, and I loved that. I shall go back one day.
We look forward to reading your book. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.